So hello everyone, Namaste from India, and as Yasunari just introduced, I am Paresh, and I have been practicing and I have been doing community management since almost a decade now. Like I founded GDG Ahmedabad community, that is Google Developers Group Ahmedabad community, right? So and basically, like I'm from a mobile background. I started Android coding way back in later 2009, and I have practiced Android development and other mobile app development things for quite a long time. And you might have seen me contributing over Stack Overflow, where I'm holding like more than 100,000 reputation. And yeah, that's pretty all. And I have been also writing blogs over my blog, so you can just check out the link. Okay, let's get started. So, uh, uh, you can follow me, and please feel free to reach out if you do have any questions post the session. And right, whenever you have any question, just give us out. Okay. Yeah. So basically, like I'm gonna talk about how to manage scale community, grow community. Like so, these 6 points I am going to cover during this session. Motivation, that is the first step, then execution, the first challenge, right? And then continuation, evolution, innovation, and connection, right? So very first point, motivation, right? So whenever we are forming up or starting any community, we first need more motivation. Why we are forming a community, right? Why we need the community? So basically, like just study and do the research in your city, in your town, and then just form up a community with the goals and vision. Let's say we have formed a community. Now what is the next? So that is the first challenge comes into the picture, and that's all about hosting the very first time. So we always have a lot of questions, right? What contents we should deliver, and will deliver, who are going to be the speaker. So I would suggest, like, we cannot always have let's say Mark Zuckerberg or Bill Gates or such kind of speakers in your first event. Jokes apart, you can just go with any speaker, any local speaker. So basically, like, what matters at the end of the day is content, right? The rich content should be rich, content should be like it should bring interest of everyone, right? So and then would be the participant, how we would be doing the promotion, how would be like how where we are going to host this event, and these all sort of challenges we community organizers used to tackle, right? Let's say we have tackled that by some, like, I would hear my suggestion, and like based on my experience, suggestion is like just go ahead and host the event. uh, I mean, don't look at like you are don't expect like you are going to have thousand of attendees. Slowly and gradually, as you grow with the community, as you as you build the community, you would be getting more interest, more hands joining together. So just start it now. We started the community, what is next? So this is where my main presentation idea and my presentation topic is, like, what is next once we have formed community, once we have started hosting events, right? So what is next? So that is reaching out to more, understanding your community. And as I say, like in business, we used to believe like uh, customer managers, customer success manager people used to be there, and they were focusing on customer success, right? But here we community manager should be focusing on community member success. The more you make them successful, the more you make them enable, the more you empower them, they would be indirectly directly supporting your community, and that's how you will be growing with your community. So how, right? So first thing, listen to them and collect feedback. So we should always be we should be listening to our community members, their request, their demand, their need, what they want to achieve with the community, what they want to do with the community. So here you just need to try to be community champion or community hero, right? And so as we know, like feedback plays a vital role in any business or any community, right? So just try to keep on collecting the feedback about the talks, about the webinar, about the hackathon, about the activities you are doing. That will give you the insight about how you are progressing and where you would be the next in with your community, right? Let's say we have listened. Now, what is next? Gather ideas. So, as you keep on collecting the feedback, as you keep on collecting the thoughts and ideas, so there it plays a vital role in it. It gives you an opportunity to think on some of the best outcome if implemented, right? Because like community is having thousands of mind. If you think over something alone, or maybe you have a team, so you and your organizing team is just brainstorming over the ideas. Rather, just go in the community, collect the idea, brainstorm with the community, like what they are expecting, what would work and what would not work, and and kind of thing. So for example, we were doing the offline events during 2013 and 2014, and then one participant came that how about, hey, I am far away from your town, but you are doing amazing events and activities. I really would like to be part of your community and events. So how I can be, if you can just start hosting events remotely, that will allow me to do attend your events and take part in your activities, right? So that was one point, and then we conducted the poll with the community for getting community members vote. If let's say we conducted a vote and got the a high number of votes for going remotely, so that's when this point came, and then we hosted couple of remote events, and then it got spark, and then that's how we started doing a YouTube channel as well, right? So just keep on gathering the ideas. Instead of one mind working, have thousands of minds working and brainstorming over the ideas and points, and keep the community warm, right? So the next point, like you should always be in touch with your community members, engage with them in different ways and medias, have offline events, have online events, have just get together, like help community members. As I said, we should be enabling the community members, right? We should be empowering them. So how we should be doing, how we can do that? So we can just promote their blogs, promote their videos, promote their sessions, basically like help them in sharing their content and reaching out to thousands, right? So and another way of doing community management is like we cannot have always experienced speakers, right? So rather have someone who really wants to deliver a talk or wants to organize one event on, let's say, Google Cloud or Angular or Node or any of the technologies available in the market. So and they are hesitated to prepare a talk and deliver and go in front of a public. So what should you as a community member, community manager, is like you just mentor them, you just guide them, you just help them in preparing the presentation, you then help them in polishing their content and making sure like that their content is fitting well as per the event agenda, right? So mentor, guide community members, enable them, empower them, and make them your local heroes and influencers. So that, I mean, you can make them influencer and heroes by highlighting their efforts in the community and getting them to the next level, maybe at the India level, maybe at the world level, maybe at the your particular country level, right? Now stay connected and help them in staying. So community is not just about hosting events and doing one event and then we go home and we forget about everything, right? Rather have a group of have one place, let's say Slack or maybe WhatsApp or maybe Telegram or any other application where you can just form a group, allow them interacting with each other. Even, I mean, it's not just about doing networking during the event. Community is all about doing networking during offline as well. So if we have such group, let's say Slack, we at GDG Ahmedabad having a Slack group wherein they are they used to share contents, blogs, videos. Whenever they are doing any activities, they just share, and then we all community member support that particular fellow. So that's how community works, right? So stay connected with them and help them in staying connected, because if you allow them staying connected, I mean, one more thing, like community is all about connecting the dots together. So that's where you play a vital role, and I mean important role, right? So in our GDG Ahmedabad community, we have jobs opening channel where community HR people, they used to share their openings, and that's where like they are getting huge tractions, right? Because community members are there, some of them are always looking for a change, so they just, when they see the opening, they at least try to interact with that particular member, and that's how we are helping them in staying connected. Next, diversity and inclusion. World is really talking about diversity and inclusion these days, right? Because I mean that matters the most, because we should be having, I mean, when we are a community manager, we should be focusing, we should be having uh, playground for everyone, age, diversity, color, I mean age, gender, or it, we should be having events for everyone, we should be having topics for everyone, we should be reaching out to the underrepresented groups and companies, right? So at GDG Ahmedabad, we always try to reach out to the companies and to the groups who haven't been to GTGM, that because they never know, they haven't get to know about the community, right? So they really do not know what we are doing at GTGM Dawat. So we just send them one email about our events and activities like DevFest Ahmedabad and those all events that we are hosting. So they may take interest and they may start coming forward and coming attending as a participant, as a speaker. So Mm, so, and very first important, I have seen like in community manager, if you focus on this topic, that would be really helpful. I mean, this is what, based on my experience, I am saying. Mentor, guide, and invite first time speakers. As I said, we cannot expect always the very popular fellow from the community delivering the talk. Rather, focus on the local influencer, local person, and allow them in delivering even talk in their regional languages, right? So that's what I mean, everyone cannot speak English, and we, it is not necessary to deliver talk in English only. Have someone, like, allow them in delivering. It's, at the end of the day, what matters most is content, right? It should be delivered, it should be exchanged, it should be passed on from one fellow to another, and that's how community, we are growing with the community, and people are able to learn from each other, right? So and then let's say we have done all these activity, and then at one point of time it's about evaluation, right? So we need to understand our community, right? What skill our community is having, what skill set our community is expecting, what time and format works best, right? So it's not always necessary that you host event on Sunday. Rather, have some events on Saturday as well, have some events on working during the working day if communities preferring, right? So look for collaboration for logistic and venue. So your town must be having some companies who are offering their venue for hosting events, right? So you should be looking for the collaboration and participant feedback, keep on collecting the feedback, right? So this is all will help you to evaluate what you are currently doing and what you should be doing the next. So that will really help you to grow and make the growth, make this stable growth, right? Now let's talk about innovation. So as I said, while managing the community, it's all about trying out different things, right? Session, workshop, you cannot always have 45-minute session. Rather have hands-on workshop, have study jam, or have just video viewing party, right? Like DevRel Asia is doing, and our some of our community member are watching the video over YouTube, right? So have just a video watching party. Try different topic. Have topics for everyone, as I said. Take, non-take. Have topics for beginner, intermediate, expert, and try differently skilled people. It's not always necessary that you have i5 like very popular fellow from the community delivering the talk, right? Rather have first time speaker, regular speaker, pro experienced speaker, and try different venue. You cannot just keep on hosting event at office spaces. Rather have some get together at a cafe or open park, or let's say let's do event at town hall. So that's what you can just try out and doing experiment and keep on innovating things, and just keep on trying out things. Now let's say we did innovation, we did evaluation, we did uh, like all the events and stops. Now it's all about connection, right? Connection, doing networking, and I would say doing meaningful networking, allowing our community members doing meaningful networking matters most, right? So first of all, as a community manager, as a program manager, you should be having strong bonding with the team itself first, right? Your own team, organizing team. So have strong bonding, have the same passion, have the same passionate team member in your team, right? So and then be accessible to the community people. As I said, you need to be a local community champion, right? So that's where you would be reaching out to the wider audience, you would be reaching out to the community members, and then you should be, I mean, for making connection, for building the community, you should be reaching out to the local other communities, you should be reaching out to the companies, you should be reaching out to the like wherever you can get the right infrastructure ecosystem and the support for hosting the events, right? So as I said, like collaboration with the other communities of in your town, and always, it's not about just one event. Do not forget your past sponsors and supporters. Always remember that. Always invite them in the future events. Always give them a slot, give them a stage whenever they are ready with their product, right? Help them in sharing their content, sharing, talking about their product and services and offerings, right? Speakers management. So speakers are the actual drivers of your event. They are really putting hard efforts for just preparing 25 or 45-minute session and some contents for the event, right? So give them shout out, appreciate their efforts, and and you can, as a community manager, like we at DevFest Ahmedabad event, we always have speaker group wherein they used to share thoughts, exchange things like, hey, my I'm going to keep presentation of 45 slides, or like I'm going to play one video, would it work, would it not work, how is my presentation? So these will these would allow speakers of your past events, allowing them in doing the interaction and getting feedbacks, doing activities together, and getting to know about the future events happening. Let's say DevRel Asia, DevRel Con, or other events are happening other at other places, right? So that these would allow you to just form a group, and in empowering them in doing more activities together. And when one speaker is coming forward, we should always be helping them in building their portfolio, right? So record their session, share their content, help them in reaching out to the wider audience, give them shout out. And as I said, collaboration with domestic and global communities. So it's not just uh, about like community is nowhere a competition, right? So we at GDG Ahmedabad, we have collaboration with business and entrepreneurship community, because they are always looking for developers, right? And we are the developers community, so we provide them the right set of talents whenever they are looking for venue partners. So many, as I said, your town must be having thousands of and hundreds of companies, right? So just try to reach out to them and ask them if they can offer their venue over the weekend for hosting event. So that's how you can do. And at the same time, when you are getting venue, you should be helping them in promoting their services and products. It's not doing the paid promotion of the, I mean, just hosting event for doing the paid promotion. Rather, help them in, I mean, keep one slot, 5 minutes, 10 minutes slot, and help them in promoting their service, right? And getting sponsors. Don't do fake promises. Just clearly define what you need, what you are expecting, what you are going to deliver. Have it logged and have it parked and have it documented and shared between the two parties, and just sign the deal. And always have them in the future events as well. Do not forget, they are really supporting you, so you should be supporting to them. And last topic, let's say we have done connection, we have done meaningful networking, we have done evaluation, we have hosted events, we have the right talents, we have the right communities members, speakers, and all, everything. But last but most important thing is, do not run alone. So I mean, have the right team sharing the same passion, vision, and they are just empowered, and they are just passionate, so passionate about doing the events and activities in your town. So that's my team, GDG Ahmedabad team: Chintan, Dhruva, Jaldeep, Hiren, Drumil, Paresh, and Utpal, right? And that's it all, guys. I hope I have covered like interesting topics for everyone. Now you can just feel free to ask questions.
Thank you, Paresh.
Thank you, Yasunari.
I have one question. Uh,
Sure.
don't run alone is very important. So it's necessary for continuation. Uh,
Mhm.
I'm interested in what is mostly my importance to the community going. Mm,
Mhm. Yes, maintaining community, I mean, continuity matters most, because I have seen many community as getting formed up, and then they host 1 2 events or maybe 10 15 events, and when they are finding less traction or less audience and such stuffs, they are just winding up with their community. And when they are not finding time from their personal and professional, right? So that's where, like, many communities I've seen getting just closed. So rather, there are a lot of things that you can do when you do not when you are not finding time. So have someone else adopting your, I mean, grabbing your organizing team and organizer seat, and push them. I mean, they just go forward and just start hosting events. And maintaining continuity is the most important part, as I said, because you should be doing the I mean, you have accepted the role as a community manager, so you should be doing the events continuously. And there is up and down time, right? It's not always necessary that you just, as an organizer, you just should be doing the events. As I said, we should be having the team, right? So
mhm,
when you are down or when you are away from the community with some personal stops, have someone from the organizing team coming forward and take the role for, let's say, for time being, right? So having a team would really help you to maintain the continuity.
Oh, I see. Thank you. Hi. Oh,
uh, Thanks for having me.
mhm.
And thank you, DevRel Asia, for hosting me. This was my first DevRel related community event that I attended as a speaker. Otherwise, like, I have always attended a lot of events by delivering talks and conducted events for the community. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you, Paresh.